on, guys? It's Alexa back with another video, and today I have an exciting car review for you guys. Today we are reviewing a 2020 Chevy Camaro 2SS. That's right, this is the Camaro with all the bells and whistles, and it even is in a manual transmission. I'm excited to drive it. My daily driver, if you guys don't know, is a 2010 Camaro SS, but it is an automatic, so I'm excited to see the new Camaro platform, and of course I'm excited to drive a manual sports car. So this car belongs to none other than my friend Chris here, but we are going to go over just a few of the features that this car has to offer. They haven't had this car for too long, not even a year yet. This is January of 2021, but it is a beautiful, beautiful spec. This is Chris right here that I mentioned earlier. I wanted to thank her again for letting me review this awesome car and just kind of tell me some features about it, and if there's any reason that you picked a Camaro as far as a muscle car compared to, you know, Mustang, Charger, Challenger, all that stuff.
Actually, there is a couple of reasons. Well, this is a replacement for the 2017. I had the automatic of same exact thing. Not the SS. I had the LT1. Okay. And when we walked in the dealership that day to actually get it serviced, they kind of convinced me. We knew we were, you know, always pony people. I was always convinced that I would never, ever, ever, ever change a few years ago. But then, you know, much as I love them, they always have had that torque issue in the back. Right. Kind of the same thing with the Challenger. We had actually gotten the, what's the one that I had, baby? What's the, yeah? Oh, the Super Bee. I actually purchased one, loved it. Okay. Had it for about 2 weeks. And the same thing, the torque issue in the back. It's a sports car, so obviously I like cars. I take off from the line. I don't need the ass into my car wiggling. Right. So that was a problem for me. That stability, that Camaro StabiliTrak is nothing to play with. So I give him credit for that. So that's honestly what brought me right back to this one, and of course in a manual, if you're gonna have it. Sure. It's a really nice car. And what made you get the black one? Did you ever, like, if you could get a color, what would you get? Oh, no, it was going to be black. When it came to sports car, even my 2017 was black. But we had the black interior. When I opened the door on this one and it had the peanut butter on the inside, I was so woo! And that that Camaro interior is also what kind of sold me on mine as well, because like when you compare it to like some of the older model Mustangs and Chargers and Challengers and stuff, but I mean, come on, got the SS embroidery. Like this is nice. It's not like just a little cloth print or whatever. This is like full embroidery, and you know, you got the two-tone in the middle. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And they even got the peanut butter stitching on the inside of the steering wheel, got the SS at the bottom. They have a cover on the steering wheel, so of course it doesn't come like that, but it's good to protect your steering wheel, and this cover actually looks like it fits really well, and it looks comfortable, feels comfortable. And we'll go ahead and turn on the accessories. Automatically adjusts to whatever memory seat position you have. Got the memory seat options right here, the side mirror adjustments as well. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is a color, and this is one of the accessory options you're allowed to change in here. And as you see, we can go to the home screen. This is one of the things I found out that was pretty neat. If you go to settings, I believe, is it vehicle? I believe it's the vehicle. I think it's vehicle. Then we go to lighting. Gotta turn it on. All right then, here we go. Look now, I know how to turn the thing on now. Gotta hit the brake. There we go. There we go. All right, now, so we go to lighting, now that the car is on. Ambient lighting, and I want y'all to see how many ridiculous colors there are, and it even changes up here. There's your other ambient lighting. You can have two-tone. Look, it starts at the top, changes to the orange at the bottom. Like, that is insane to me. So I'm sorry, that's me personally, it's one of my favorite features. But of course we got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto if you want to use all of that. You can switch between your users in the vehicle. We have the climate control options, and you're able to adjust these vents here. Heated and cooled seats, so that's pretty awesome. Of course, the
6-speed, beautiful manual shifter. We got the little SS at the bottom as well. And we have different driving modes. Typically, Chris was telling me previously that she likes to drive in sport most of the time.
That's my regular driving setting, yes.
Yes, and your husband prefers track because?
It's a little tighter steering. He tends to be a little more aggressive on the road.
Oh, okay. And yeah, that was the one thing I noticed. You see it's in S right now. And if we cycle through, you guys can see we have track, snow and ice, cycle back to touring for right now. And then once we get it out on the road, we will go ahead and put it back in sport. But
and then of course you'll hear some of the other nuances, like the rev match, which is one of the things that I was talking about, which is one of the more exciting features that we found.
Yes.
On here that we really do like. It's kind of annoying for people when we're behind them, but we like it.
A couple more things I want to cover on the interior. This rear view mirror is actually a mirror and a camera. So you guys can see how crisp and clean this image is, but I think if you just flip it here, it turns it just into the regular old mirror.
It's probably on that feature. It's filthy right now, but it's probably on that feature maybe once a year.
Really? Why once a year?
We never use it. I don't.
Oh, wow.
Well, can you see out the back?
Well, yeah, so there's window tint. I'm not going to say what percentage it is, but it looks really nice.
It's beautiful.
It's really nice. And you call this the Batmobile? So
this is absolutely the Batmobile. At night, especially backing in out, we can't see it out of it. So
this camera really helps if you happen to get window tint that's a little hard to see out of. So that's okay. That's good. That's good. Lovely sunroof. I love the sunroof option. I don't think I would ever get a car without a sunroof. So once I went there, I couldn't go back. So if I open the center console, it looks like it should be able to open this way, but at the same time, if you're the driver, it wouldn't make sense to have it facing this way. So there's a little button that you push in the front here and just lift up. And obviously it's a sports car. It doesn't have a whole lot of like storage space, at least in the middle, but I mean a couple of essentials.
I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of deep for convenience, because as you can see, my husband has a lot of stuff in here.
Mostly change and stuff.
It goes really deep. He has a lot of stuff in here. I have a tendency to keep stuff up here where it's conveniently reachable.
Okay. So I mean, it's something. And then the glove compartment, that's also provided storage as well. So nothing wrong with that. And backseat room, this is basically storage, because as you can see, there's really not much leg room available, but obviously if necessary, you can easily fit someone back here and it not be an issue. But
I will say there is more space in the back of this one than there was in the back of the older models
of the 2017.
Absolutely. If we were to put, move forward and put someone back here, there, because people who have ridden with us in the back of that one have been in the back of this one. They have said that it's a little more comfortable than the back of the other one was.
Yeah, but these seats are comfortable in their own right. So this is just, and just look at this image itself. It just looks like a really nice update and comfortable place to be. So I'm really excited. We're gonna give a test drive a second shot, because if you guys know or have seen my previous video, didn't have much luck with the first filming of this, but it's okay, because this is shot number 2. And we can touch on a few other things about the Camaro as we're driving. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves positioned and go on this test drive. Horsepower. I've noticed they have kept that number the same for a few years.
Yes.
And I guess that's like the only complaint that I would have as far as, Chevy. And I'm not sure if Mustang has kind of done the same thing where they kept their horsepower numbers the same. But I would like for them to, continue to amp up, because of course, as we know, Dodge is killing the horsepower game.
Yes.
So it's like, how can you compete with
and saying that you're getting better and you're increasing, and if that's one of the things that you're not changing.
Keep making Hellcats 707 horsepower ain't enough, let's do 797 and then make it red eye. All right, now the standard 707 isn't enough. Let's make 717. It's like, what? We're gonna see, but obviously with the manual, you know, the torque is pretty immediate and you don't get much lag, and you can deliver the power when you want. You can be in the gear that you want, and you can rev match, lets you rev it at any time that you want, because you just throw it in a lower gear and it does it for you. Like, it's easy. Okay. Try my hand. That's the manual once again. Don't mind my crazy accent. Sorry. My short self got to adjust the seat, so y'all give me a second. All right, so. And you just lift. Oh, it does it automatically. That's right.
It comes
so
out of park.
Parking brake is just boop. You push it or pull it. You push it or pull it.
You pull for on.
Okay, and then to take it out, as soon as you go in gear, it comes out?
Actually, as soon as you take your foot off of the clutch and put yourself into go to drive.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it automatically releases itself.
Okay.
It's just something you have to get into the habit of. Ma'am, you didn't set your go colors. You know, I know you like.
Dang, you're right. I need to, let me pick a, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta pick a color, that's important. Wait, home, settings.
You gotta go, yep, there you go.
There we go. Woo! Blue and green.
Yeah. I'm just
Okay.
making sure
Cool.
that
Thank you.
your comfort
to make
colors.
sure that this is
I remembered.
the most comfortable drive.
And see, it automatically takes, and it lets you know that your parking brake is released.
It sure does, and it even lets us know what gear we're in, so that's also helpful.
And remember, that's one of my favorite. Have fun. So one of the things, especially about this vehicle, that we came to love, you know, obviously the manual over the automatic, you're always going to say yes. You're going to get that enjoyment. You're going to get that freedom.
Yeah.
You know, of that, and just to drive.
Ooh. Look, I'm trying to tell y'all get these off the pops. It's gonna be different. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be different. But
This was definitely a worth it purchase.
I mean, it's the delivery, like it's the power delivery for me. And like I said, you really don't have to have the fastest vehicle out there to really have fun in something, you know? Because it's like, why bog yourself down with, you know, so much power that could easily get away from you, especially for like the inexperienced ones.
And here's the thing, you know, on the road, you already know you're going to be challenged in these vehicles.
Exactly.
You know, and this is something that we were talking about, you know, before, especially, you know, in a car like this. My 2017. I will admit my faults and my failures. I make sure that I don't race people on the highway. People have a tendency to want to do that.
Yeah.
And, you know, as an owner of these types of vehicles, you have to go into it knowing that you have a responsibility, you know, to not put yourself in those positions. Is it going to happen? Absolutely. You know, yeah, of course. That's why we bought them. You know, we're going to show our asses occasionally. And you can't help it. Yeah, you're going to hit that, you know, 80, 90, and 100. I happen to be at 115 on the Jersey Turnpike on New Year's. Not this New Year's, last New Year's. It was me and two other vehicles. Of course, I'm the only one that the nice New Jersey state
horses when it came up with more, you know, as they come out with the newer models, it's like, okay, so when are we going to hit like 465 horsepower or something like that, so, you know. But it seems like everybody just kind of has a standard horsepower range. Like the Scat Packs are 485, Mustangs have been 460, Camaros have been 455, and it's just like, okay, so when are y'all going to try to...
But do you think maybe it's because they are aware that the enthusiasts maybe like to make those adjustments to those particular vehicles, so they still give them the ability to
maybe well, I know the C8 Corvette is at 495 horsepower, but I also think that has something to do with the position of the engine. Since there's no drivetrain loss, you get that horsepower quicker, so that could be something. But I don't know, I just noticed, I'm just like, why not beef it up a little bit if you can?
Yeah, true.
So, but then I'm also hearing that, what is it, Camaros may be starting to phase out or something like that, and I was like, y'all can't do that to us. Please don't. It doesn't get old, and it really just caters to the enthusiast, and I really enjoyed it. And once again, I thank her for letting me drive this, showing me how she drives it, and it's one of those things where I'm gonna work towards it. You spend so much time in your vehicle, and I just personally feel if you can get something that you thoroughly enjoy, then do it. I do understand everyone's financial situation is not the same, but but yeah. Have fun when you can. Nothing's promised, but at the same time, don't ever put yourself in a bad financial situation in the future because of something like that.
Correct.
I mean, yeah. Ooh, these Brembos work, let me tell you. I know, right? If there was anything that I did not cover on this video, please leave me a comment in the comment section, and you can ask us questions. Like I said, I know this wasn't the most thorough overview, but I was like, let me just, I gotta show y'all. Like, I've been waiting to do a newer Camaro because I have to compare. So Camaro's got a spot in my heart right now. So, but yeah, thank you guys again for watching. If you enjoyed, you already know, hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying the content. I do try to post as often as I can. I'm gonna try to get some more car reviews out for you guys soon. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.